One of the questions I get most often from people is, how do I manage volumes in my Ableton Live set? Now, how do I make it to where I go from one song to the next and it's a similar volume and they're not all over the place? You could 100% use plugins. You could use a compressor, a limiter to try to keep things in a certain range. But one of the simplest, easiest ways to do it is just follow the formatting that we've done. We've got a built-in way to manage this pretty simply. So let me show you how we're going to do that. First thing, it comes down to making sure our audio routing is correct. So again, in our main template, we've got our return tracks that are all routed to separate outputs on our interface. Next, I'm going to go through each of my tracks. And you can see a couple of these are actually incorrect. So I'm going to go audio 2. This is going to be sends only. I'm going to go to guide here, and I'm going to make sure this is sends only. I'm going to go to original track and make sure this is sends only. And we just wrapped up doing some editing, so I'm ready to kind of get this prepped back for the studio. So I'm going to select all of these, or excuse me, for the stage. So I'm going to select all of these and make them sends only. Now, by having all of my stems grouped together into one of these, so this is this song, what that allows me to do is if I unfold this group track, I can go in and individually manage volume for each of my songs. So one, let's take this bass out. I know I have that. I know I have drums live. I remember this brass part is pretty loud, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit. What you should probably do is go through, electrics are pretty loud. So I could go through and just bring some of this stuff down. You should go through and listen to each of your songs kind of individually as you're formatting sets and make a best guess, as to kind of what you'll have, mute the things you'll have live on stage. I'll have an acoustic for sure, so I'll mute that. Adjust levels of other things that may be too loud, boost things you want more of. Now, because I'm using these sends here, this is sending each of these tracks individually to our return tracks. But what's really nice about this, and again, each one of these I could unfold, I can mute, unmute things. This guide should definitely be muted here. Bass I'll have, right? I could take things in and out. But I also have this master volume for each of my songs. So what I would suggest is essentially do just a quick, even if it's a 1-minute playthrough. If you get a chance to do this, on the system during line check, during sound check, that's great. If not, you could do it just listening to headphones and at least get pretty close, right? Is play through your song, go to the loudest part, go to the quietest part. Yes, you could 100% use a compressor and try to compress stuff, but just at the most simple, basic level, we want to listen, does our song need to be louder or softer? And here's what's cool about this. If we need to boost the level of our song, we can go to this fader for this particular song, boost it a little or lower it a little if the overall song needs more volume. And what's cool about this is even with this master volume fader, I still have separate outputs, right? Which are here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are my separate outputs that I have to each of the outputs on my interface, which is really, really cool. Now, if I go into the song and the sound engineer says, hey, the choir on this first song is way too loud, yeah, I can definitely lower the choir for that one particular song without having to adjust the master volume for that song. But again, sometimes the best solution is the simplest and easiest solution. Yes, you could go in and try to use tons of plugins to do this. You could spend tons of time mastering all your tracks, doing all this stuff. But just at the most basic, simple level, having that master song level for each song, adjusting that, going in, digging in when needed to adjust and bring parts in and out is going to be almost more than enough to solve things. A final note about this that I'll just mention. For me in particular, I typically leave my return tracks where they are. A lot of times because this is basically going to an output, and let's say this is all my guitars. If all my guitars are way too soft, there's probably something wrong with the cable that's coming out of output 3 and 4, or the gain staging for those inputs on the console is probably messed up. A quick fix would be just to boost this here. But if everything is, if these are showing up pretty great on the console and this is way too low, then there's either something in my routing software for my interface, if you have such a thing, or there's something wrong with the gain structure on your console. So I typically don't mess with the volume on my return tracks. I basically set my interface where it needs to be. I set my levels, individual song levels where they need to be, individual parts of a song where they need to be, and then I try to blend my master levels of my songs kind of where they need to be based on the different songs. So take a little bit of time, play through that, adjust those levels, and it's going to get you to a really good place so that when you step on stage and press play, the sound engineer is not going to want to kill you, and it's going to be a great experience for everyone that will be listening.